welcome to my perspective tutorial. Today I will cover one-point perspective and some general principles about how to create an illusion of space in your art. This video is aimed at beginners or intermediate artists, but can serve as a reminder for more advanced artists. Some of this might not be entirely accurate, but more practical, because I want to keep these videos short and to the point. A lot of these I use in my day-to-day work as a freelance illustrator. I use Krita. It's a free open source software that has some great perspective tools that I use daily. In this video I will cover one-point perspective, also known as the central vanishing point. This video will be more theory heavy because I want to explain some basic concepts so you know what exactly you're dealing with. Let's begin with the question, what is one-point perspective? You can think of it like a camera pointing somewhere. It is the middle of the frame or lens. There can only be one central vanishing point per image. One thing that is very helpful and makes this type of perspective very easy is that vertical and horizontal lines do not diminish as they move, because they are perpendicular to the viewer, so you can just copy and move things around as long as they don't get closer or farther away. This can create a bit of a flat looking effect, so beware. Another important aspect is the cone of vision. Basically, it's where the viewer is located in the scene. You can set it up like this. You can choose a central vanishing point, you draw a line down and stop it anywhere. That point is known as the station point, or where the viewer is standing. Then you draw two lines from it that go 30 degrees each way. That way you get 60 degrees cone of vision. Most of the time I eyeball it, but you need to know what to eyeball in order to do it. Mostly it is used to avoid distortion and make sure that all the vanishing points are set up correctly. I will dive deeper on this in the next lesson. Horizon line. This is the most important line in your drawing. You will relate everything to it. It will intersect every object at the same height, so you can use it to check if everything is correct. Now let's move to the vanishing point. It represents a straight line that is going away from us. So if a character is standing on a road that is straight, it will move towards that vanishing point. A few thoughts about how I like to use perspective tools. I'm not a big fan of using grids, because it locks you into a perspective and makes you want to use only those lines. Instead, I like to set up a single line that I can move around one line at a time. That way it doesn't feel like I'm committed to a grid and can introduce new vanishing points without it being overwhelming. Another small thing that is kind of obvious but nonetheless is useful is that depending on which side the object is, you will see one side more than the other. That's why when I am sketching I will draw a small dot to indicate where the central vanishing point is. Previously I have mentioned that there can be only one central vanishing point per image, and usually it is a good idea to keep it near the center of the canvas, but also you can move it away from the canvas if that is what you want to do with your image. Now a bit about how you can subdivide spaces. Usually with cubes or any other rectangular surfaces, X marks the spot, so draw lines from corner to corner to find the center. Also, by drawing a line through the center of the edge, you can find the exact same length that goes into height, depth or width. Usually I do this to double check if I am correctly eyeballing, but if you haven't done a lot of these, you might want to practice a bit. If you want to rotate an object in one-point perspective, then basically think of it like you're rotating the horizon. The tilt of the object will match the rotated horizon. You can have many different rotations in the same image. Another thing that you want to consider is that a vanishing point acts as an arrow that points towards something. This can be used to draw attention to the point of interest, so it is better to place vanishing points in areas that are important and not just random. All of these principles apply to organic shapes as well, so when you're doing a landscape painting, keep these ideas in mind. How to practice. If you're completely new to this, you may want to start simple and just draw some cubes and basic geometric shapes. Otherwise, just draw things that interest you. Maybe draw the same object at different distances and rotations. You should be applying your knowledge right away in your personal work in order to improve. And that about covers all the basics. Thank you for watching this video. You can like and subscribe to this channel, and if you want to support me on Patreon, the link is in the description, along with everything else that I have mentioned. If you have questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I will try to address them either directly or in my next video, which will be on 2-point perspective.